Alright, well it is Friday, November 24th. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, day after Thanksgiving here, 2023. And if you've watched any of my earlier videos this year, you might have seen where I had planted some sugar cane. I bought a stalk of sugar cane from the Mexican market and rooted some of the sections of it and planted them out here in this using this diesel tire for a raised bed. I put a cage in it to keep all the upright canes close together and tied it down, tent stakes, keep it all from blowing over. Well, I did that a little bit late. What was it? I can't remember. Probably late spring when I put them out. And I've heard that you're supposed to put them out in the fall. So true to form, when I cut down a couple, they weren't quite ready as far as sugars goes and maturity, but they had started putting on a lot of side shoots. And so I chopped down and left, you can see that one right there, I left stobs. So the root structure's underground. I'm thinking, I've never grown sugarcane before this, so I'm thinking them should come back up again this next spring, already established. I'm going to put these in there. Now that may be a little bit crowded for right now, but the plan is to eventually take off this tire. This is just protect while I'm getting going, and spread the patch out a little bit here, and I have a sugarcane patch. So we'll see in the next year or two how that goes. This stuff, growing stuff, does take time. So I'm going to pause this for a minute while I take off these ropes and take off this cage, or remove, because when I chopped them down, I put all the leaves, the dead leaves and stuff in there like a mulch. I'll remove them for right now till I plant all of these. And you see I have that up. That's the part I want facing straight up in the ground, and then these young shoots should turn and start coming up like this. So I've got some that are one shoot, some that are 3 or 4 shoots, short shoots. That in there is really long. Or that shoot's probably almost 1.5 foot right there. So we'll see how many of them survive, how many of them, you know, come back next year. But I'm gonna get after it. So there we go. The sugarcane bed has been cleaned out, all the old stuff there, all the weeds, and some of the little wild dewberries you see right there along the had gotten over in there, and I pulled up 6 or 8 where they had rooted into there, and not too concerned about it. So now we're going to start laying these in here and seeing, you know, how they fit the best. And I'll put them probably about halfway down, or maybe a little over, leave part of it exposed. Just, you don't bury them very deep. And I'll show you all that once I get them all laid out, how I'm gonna work that around these. These are still green stalks where I cut down these canes the other day. I think I started off with like 19 or 20, and I had quite a few of them that failed this year. Probably because I didn't get out here and do enough watering and stuff during all this heat we had. So I pulled up some of them that started off but died. So I'll just put them back on there like a mulch. And let's see. That one might be, yeah. So they just pull right up. So we'll get started here. And there you go, they're all laid out. And now I'm gonna get them, they're just laid on top of the surface. And now I'm gonna get them all settled in. And like I said, these are probably gonna be pretty crowded this next year. I'm betting that not all of them make it, so that's why I'm putting them in so crowded. And if nothing else, I'll have plenty of crowns, they call them, the root pieces with that spread out because these sugarcane, my understanding is they will spread, from the roots a little bit. And so by next year, hopefully I can take what I've got here and enlarge the bed. And there we go. You can tell I don't have them 100% buried. I don't want them too deep. I want the ones that's already green to find their way up. And if I'm doing this wrong, and some of you that may watch this have more comments to make, I'll welcome constructive criticism and help. It's just like I've always said in my videos, it's a grand experiment. And now I'm going to come in and put all this stuff kind of over it to shield it a little bit and mulch it. And there we go. Got the cage back up. Got my guy lines back down to keep it from blowing. Now I wasn't thinking, last year I put this cage up and I planted everything inside the perimeter of this cage. And a while ago I wasn't thinking about how much smaller the cage is than the tires, so I have some of these are planted kind of, I've got a gap. And so some of them may grow on the outside. I have some straw in there, and I will probably come back and put a little bit of straw around to kind of insulate around the outside of this. But those that grow on the outside, they'll just have to be that way. It'll be fine. And there it is. She'll be like that till spring, and next year we'll see what's going on. Hope y'all like that. Hope y'all stick with me and come back to see what happens with it. I hope you're doing something fun also. God bless.